in between. Whew. But anyway, so good to see there are some people here already, and normally there's always more coming as the time goes. And if you like it, well, most of the people, well, many of the people who are here have liked it. And if you do, then YouTube, if you click the like, you know, then YouTube is more likely to show it to whoever happens to be online. So some of you probably knew this. I mean, I know that some of you knew this was coming, and then there are always lots of people who happen to find it. And either they follow me or even don't follow me. Just looking at how my microphone is, no, the picture is there. So hello to everybody. I'm reading these chats now then. Now I'm hoping that this time the chat will stay here, because there's complicated options that you have to choose, and sometimes you have to choose them right in two different places. And until now I haven't been able to save the live chat. Actually, this still has the showing only the top chat, means that it selects some people and doesn't show everybody. But I tried it earlier, and then it worked, so that I was able to see my own chat that I was. So I'm hoping this time it's going to stay there. Pajala, Sweden, hi. Okay, great. With these, again, unless your actual name shows on it, so you know, it often shows only, I mean, it always only shows your whatever you are signed in with. So that's why I cannot often say anybody's name unless it's on the thing. Yeah, hello everybody. So yeah, so I'm in Finland. There are probably people, well, certainly people who don't know me. So my name is Tuula, and I'm in Finland. I'm Finnish, and it's past 8 o'clock at night here at the moment. And I actually, you may have noticed that I changed the time that I had scheduled this for, because it was only after I had scheduled it, and all the notifications had gone out. You know, there's thousands of those going out. Then I realized that we had this big meeting today, all day, for what you call it, extended family. Well, not everybody was there, but everybody was invited. The descendants of my grandmother and all of her siblings. So there was a big crowd, about 70 of us there. So I'm only back from that an hour ago. Yeah, so it's been a busy day. Deborah, learned so much from you. I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad that also, if my accent doesn't hinder people from understanding. Oh, India. Seema from India. Oh, great. India is already quite late at this time. Okay. It's nice that there are new people here. Garden City, Utah. Yes. Yes, thank you. Yeah, I changed that now to live chat. There's 3 now. Something had changed in here. Now there's top chat, live chat, and fan funding only. So I have the live chat on here now, so it should show me everything, everybody's chat here. From India too. Okay, great. And several from different parts of the USA. Denmark. Okay, that's nice. Yeah, today, one of the things I was going to show you, or I am going to show you, is what I'm working on at the moment. You may have noticed, if you watch me regularly, you know that I'm always looking for sort of new tips. And I saw this different way of doing not different way, but a different way you put colors on in Granny Square somewhere, and I thought I saved it or wrote it somewhere, but I couldn't find it again. And also I didn't really know what to Google for, so I couldn't find it. So I knew what the result looked like. So with sort of little squares of colors, but it's still only a granny square. And all what I had to do then at the end, to be able to do it, I took different colors of felt tip pens, and I made a granny square in one color only. And then I drew in, I'll show you, I'll read the chat soon, but I'll show you. So this, all the colors in here are these felt tip drawings on a single color background. So that now when I'm looking at this, that helps me understand how I'll have to change colors, you know, how many of whichever on which ground. I mean, this is not the colors I'm going to do with, this was just a sort of trial piece. But now I'm going to draw that on paper and then decide the colors, and that will help me actually crochet like that. And I'm annoyed I can't find that video because, I mean, it was a very quick video. And I didn't really see how she changed the yarns, but I know that there was no cutting of yarns in between. So I have to work that out. So I may not be able to do that for next Saturday, but I'll do it in a short while. Marina, yeah, thank you. Great to see you. Liverpool, UK. Okay. Yeah, I thought that is a nice tip to do it in that way. You may have seen one of my latest videos about these hats, lace hats. These are different sizes for a child, and this is big enough to fit me. Just showing them. This was one that I had made for my granddaughter, who's now 15, and I made that when she was 4, and just recently found that. So if you may have noticed that video, I think it was a week or 2 ago that I posted it. Greetings from Vienna. Oh, that's lovely. Learned so much and never learned at school. Oh, that's good. Utah, USA. Thank you. Queensland, Australia. Oh, is it already morning? Is it already Sunday morning in Australia? I'm trying to think. It's 8 o'clock here, so it's approximately 12 hours ahead, or is it more? Yeah. Oh, 3:13. Oh, it's only that much. So goodness, early morning. No, I'm really glad you are able to join in spite of that. It's a difficult time then. Glad rainy. Glad you like those hats. So the way I have done this here, the lace hat, it was something I started crocheting and then just adding it as I was going on. So there was no pre-planning in that there hat. Always an early bird. Well, that's a very early bird, 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Hi. Something I was going to ask about videos, not my videos or anybody else's crochet videos, but what type of other videos do you normally watch on YouTube? I mean, not crochet and not knitting, but other kinds of videos altogether, whatever kind of a niche where. So if you watch whatever, fitness or scenery or whatever, it would be interesting to know. Just sort of the reason why I would like to know is just that helps see what type of people, you know, what kind of people are. Dog and cat. All right. Woodworking, quilting, slow stitching. Okay. Yeah. Talking about stitching, one of the channels that I like a lot, I don't know if any of you know it. I might have even mentioned it earlier on a live stream. Can't remember her name now, Jane, I think. She's an English lady, older than me, and she's doing patchwork, and her mainly patchwork. Her channel is called The Last Homely House, I think, Cottage House, something like that. Yeah. I love watching her. You know, she's not teaching anything. She's sort of showing what she's doing. Some people do that, and there's different types of channels, of course. Mine is mainly concentrated on showing things, how to do things, and not just explaining what I do myself. So more eagle babies. Oh, live feed. Oh, right, baby. Yeah. Bird lives are very popular in Finland too. You know, there's certain birds, a seabird, that there's a live, they put a camera in their nest, and then the whole country watches it. And another one, different animals, you know, that will do that. Spiritual meditation and tarot, true crime. Yeah, that can be very interesting. I actually watch quite a lot of true crime on TV. I'm normally always, I save the programs and then I watch them later, so I don't have to watch any ads. But this is a terrible thing to actually say, because my own main livelihood comes from ads, so I should watch other people's ads too. Oh, right, Vicky, you know that Last Homely House. Yeah, it is very nice. There's another channel, I don't know if you know her, but she stopped now because she, at least more or less stopped. She had a baby and doesn't have time. Cottage Fairy, don't know if you know her. And another one, actually quite similar to the Cottage Fairy type, where you show your country life and that kind of thing, is in Finland. I can't remember. Her name is Sanna Vaara, but I can't actually remember at the moment. I can't remember the name of the channel, but it would be found with, I'll spell it here. Write it here. That's her name. She lives in Lapland, and you know, where there's snow for 9 months of a year. Well, 7, 8. And she's showing her life there. But I mean, sometimes I'm watching her. Biblical scholars, that's one kind. There's a lot of that, all sorts of things that are to do with religion. Lot of crocheters, yeah. Historic garment construction, that would actually be interesting. I haven't seen that on YouTube, but I mean, there isn't anything that wouldn't be in YouTube when you start looking for it. Cooking, cats, woodworking, dyeing, lace, audiobooks. That's a lot of different ones, yeah. Physiotherapy. Oh yeah, cooking. Cooking seems to be extremely popular on all different kinds of cooking. You know, I mean, I'm quite a lot in like classes about learning YouTube. So one of the things people say that you should always choose one type of whatever you are doing, not to do it too wide. So I know that there's all kinds of cooking. Some people only show how to make pizzas, and others are baking and that kind of things. Yeah, around the world, then you get different ones. Adrian, hello. Hi. Home stuff, DIY, true crime, ghosts. Oh, Jonah Chinton. I haven't heard of that. Talasbuan. I haven't heard of those. Vintage crochet. Yeah. Do you know the channel? Is it called Vintage Crochet? Oh, sorry. I can't remember now. I mean, I have the picture of the channel in my head, but she does like mystery crochet about vintage crochet patterns. I can't remember the name. Somebody might know. Beardo. Oh, right. You're asking somebody else there. Soldering. That's actually a word. I don't know what it means. Learning to crochet. That's a good name for a channel or a account. Hi in UK. Good. Yeah, about myself, there's most people haven't talked to me, you know, like that, who come here. About my background is that I used to live in Northern Ireland in Belfast for many years, and altogether I have lived outside Finland for 15 years, and 5 of those are in France and 3 in Belgium and the rest in Northern Ireland. And if I count it now, I'm away from Finland from 2 to 5 months a year. So if I counted those, that would come to quite a bit if I counted all those together. More European cooking channels. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, that's true. Cabbage rolls. Yeah, cabbage rolls are very popular in Finland. I'm not terribly keen on cooked cabbage. I like raw one. You know, I don't know what kind of cabbage rolls you would be talking about, but the ones are here in Finland, they are normally just like minced meat, if you eat meat or something that replaces that, and then you wrap cabbage leaves around it and bake it or cook it. I don't actually cook much myself, so I mean I know very little about that. Just vintage crochet, yeah, thank you, Teresa. Yeah, that's what it called. That is called. That's what I was trying to get the mystery patterns. She mostly does mystery patterns, so that often she doesn't know herself what it's going to look like, and she has somebody in her family helps in some way so that she can get on with it. Love the variety available of YouTube. Yeah, that is very true. Yeah, there's something for everyone. I even my grandson, who's now 11, he used to watch Minecraft videos by Finnish YouTubers a lot, you know, and I had never played Minecraft, you know, but I actually, when I was watching them with him, you know, on a big TV, I actually thought that was quite interesting, you know, so you can even find something that you didn't think you would be interested in. Yeah, mystery patterns. Learned crochet 97% from watching your videos. Oh, that's good. I'm glad. I don't, as you have noticed, I don't have very basic pattern tutorials at all. But of course, always, you know, I mean, you still see chaining and you see the basic stitches. But yeah, it's good. It's always great to hear that people feel that they do learn something. Can't read patterns. Yeah, there's quite a few people who comment on various videos that they would never use written patterns. It's a different way, you know, so many people do either, and then some people want one or the other. Yeah. Watching people in Oymyakon, Russia. Cold. Oh, coldest. Okay. Oh, that would be something. Yeah. Yeah. I I'm afraid of the cold a bit, you know. I mean, that's why I'm away from Finland for much of the coldest part of the year now that I can work from anywhere. Okay, so some people here know each other. See that. Another thing I was going to show. I have shown this before, and I have a video about it. But just something that I'm so glad that I made because I'm using it all the time. This here bag. That I mean, I don't know how many years I had these squares. I would make a few here and there, and then eventually I finally put them together, and it has a zip so that it stays. And for it's always, you know, when you are making crochet bags, it's always hard to decide how to do the straps so that they don't stretch. So my solution for it was that there is simply cloth. The lining of the bag, I have the same fabric at the back of these. There's this, I don't know if you know the Finnish crochet designer called Molla Mills. she has a whole book now of all kinds of things that she has done in recycled, and she uses old belts for straps in bags and anywhere where you need them. Anything that, yeah, anywhere you would need some sort of a strap. So she uses old old belts of all sorts. So she keeps collecting those. Mm. Antique crochet takes some effort. Yeah, some of them are very complicated, so you really have to concentrate. Okay, glad that you like the strap. Andrea asking that actually that says Andrea was a different name, I think. I don't know. I get mixed up with the different people, but anyway, do I do amigurumi? No, I don't. That's one of the things I've chosen not to do. I think some of the ones are really cute, but I don't do any. If you want to look for one channel, who's another Finnish designer, a friend of mine, her channel is called like this here, Garnknuten. It's a Swedish word. You might know that Finland is a bilingual country, Finnish and Swedish. She has amigurumi, or mainly only amigurumi. Just recently she started doing bags as well. Yeah, it's a good idea to recycle old belts or anything old like that. Yeah, thank you for those who say they like that, their bag. By the way, I'll move that, but which way does it go now? The other way. I have this here shelf at the back that I sort of change the things around a bit behind me whenever I use this space to film. And I noticed, now where there's this here old lamp now, I had forgotten to change things, and there was still at least 4 or 5 videos I actually had Easter eggs, crochet Easter eggs in there. I only noticed that about 3 days ago. So there's always things that something that you forget. Something, yeah, continuity. Yeah. Something I've sometimes wondered, if you comment, I'm not talking about my channel, but anybody's channel in YouTube, if you comment on a video, do you always check the, where it shows you that you have been answered, or do you go in there and see, read answers and read other people's comments? I'm wondering how much people do that. And why I'm actually wondering about that is that there are different ways and different places where you can where I can answer comments. What I normally do is that when a video is new, I go into YouTube itself, not into my admin panel, and I answer them there. And the reason for that is that I want to do that for new videos, because then that's the only place where I can use my custom emojis that only other people can only use them if they are members. Now there's 1 or 2 members here now. How you know that somebody is a member on my channel is that there's a different color, depending on how long they have been a member, a different color, tiny sign of a granny square there. So I'm using that, but and then after some time has gone, then I don't go there anymore, because it's easier for me to answer comments, all comments from any video. They come in a long list in not alphabetical, time order. What's the word? Anyway, in the order of the time when they have chronological order. When they have been written. And sometimes I wonder, if people know this actually, that they don't get a custom emoji. They are different. My like big crochet hearts and things like that, crochet hearts instead of normal ones. I'm quite sure people don't notice that, but sometimes I'm worried about that myself. There's a question, what do you use all the loose ends of wool for? Oh, you mean when I have cut out what I need use those for? Normally I throw them out if that was the loose ends. Yeah, I don't use them. The only time where I use like those ends that I have cut out is that if it's 100% non-treated wool, so that it felts. So I can make like, for instance, something that I should actually show because I have a bit of those ends there, felting them together to make like hot pads or something like that. Join them all together. Oh, right. Oh, then they would have to be a little bit longer than something like this. Well, you still could. Yeah, I don't actually, I know some people do whole balls of wool like that. I would never use knots in anything to do with crochet or knitting. So that's one reason why I don't. Although, I mean, there are other ways how you could do it, you know, join them like with a Russian join, or if it's wool, you could wet them and squeeze them together that way. So yeah, could easily do that. Throwaway comment I made went viral and got entirely off topic, a nightmare. Oh, well, that would be. Yeah, you never know. Never know what happened with comments. All tail ends in my spinning for tweedy effects or scrappy art yarn. Yeah, that would be a good idea. Yeah, using ends. Yeah, you can add them to something. Yeah, that's new ball of wool. Okay, yeah, for something like a dog blanket or something like that, it wouldn't matter so much if there were even knots in it. Yeah, spinning is something I have done in the past, long time ago, and I really enjoyed it. It's one of those things it would be nice to get back to one day. Another thing I'm showing today, if you were here last time, then you have seen it already, and it's also on my video, but something I know for sure, I mean, that I could never sort of expect that people would have seen a certain video because most people only watch, you know, videos occasionally. So this is just a crochet basket, but the difference in it is that it's been made into plywood base. And I bought that here locally, but you can get them in a lot of places, hobby stores and Amazon and whatnot. So it has the holes are in it already. And then you just crochet the first round is a bit harder. And then this actually, I might actually redo it because there's a little bit, depending on the thickness of the yarn you are using. This is t-shirt yarn. You need to add stitches so that sometimes you put another one in between so that it's as straight as possible, but this goes in a bit, so I might do it again. Okay, yeah, have a nice day, Peggy. Japanese weaving technique that uses knots, and it's really freeing. That's interesting. Yeah, you could use knots like, what's her name now? There's this, she Danish now. I think she's or Norwegian, Lerke Bagger or something like that. Her name is. She's a knitwear designer, and she uses just any scrap yarn she finds anywhere, and she ties them together. And often she leaves them long, you know, that long ends tied together on the outside of the work. So that would be also very freeing to do. I might do something like that one day. Yeah, Lärkebagger. Yeah, I don't actually know how you say how you say her name. Yeah. Charms and sequins. Yeah, she adds also sorts of things. She just has whatever. Yeah. One thing actually, talking about doing whatever, I took here as well today is this here piece that I haven't finished. As you can see, it has yarns hanging. It's sort of free form and mixed crochet and knitting. Don't know if there's any more of either. That's something I don't know when I've done it. You know, I've only done one side, and it has something like a sleeve. You know, this here could make one. You know, if this was a back, this could make a sleeve. So that's has been my idea, but I don't know if I'll actually use it for that. I might make something else out of it, but that's a sort of a thing that you just keep going and doing something without too much planning what you do. I was actually surprised that I think altogether 3 videos about freeform crochet only, like that's mixed. And they have been fairly popular, more popular than I thought they would be. AI answer. All right. The Japanese knotting technique used in weaving and gift wrapping is called Mitsuhige. Right. Okay. I haven't heard that word. So it's in gift wrapping as well. Wonder how. Okay. Great. Yeah. Thank you for looking for that. Connie, Michigan, USA. What small projects do you make for kids there? Is that for me or for those talking about the Japanese technique? For me, small project for kids, or so the kids make them. In Finland, you may have heard me say before that all children learn to knit and crochet at school, girls and boys. So they make all sorts of small things. But for children, like I like to knit socks and crochet scarves and hats and that sort of small things. Amigurumi would be good for children, but like I said earlier today, I don't do that much or none at all. Probably come to my mind what else you could do. Oh yeah, hair scrunchies and all sorts of things like that. Yeah. That's one of the things I had this question in my community tab there a week or so ago, or some time ago, I can't remember. Oh no, I think it's just the latest one. That what sort of videos people would like me to do, and I think the clear winner was one of my suggestions, that how to do small projects with scrap yarn. So that's something I'll probably do. I won't, and if I do that video, I won't be only talking about my own project or my own patterns or tutorials, but anybody is looking for a nice one. Okay, Kansas City. Oh, thank you. I'm glad if there's some help in what I've been doing. Tapestry crochet with sensory toys. Yeah, could be nice for toddlers. Yeah, that's true. One thing that I think the Danish started at this time. It's something that's been done in the 70s as well. But these round, a thing that has a head and then it has curlicues, that looks like do you call it that fish? I'm terrible. I've been talking with. I haven't talked any English for the last couple of days, and I can't get words. What do you call that fish? Octopus. Thank you. Yeah. So those sort of things. Like here, what do you call them now? Premature baby units. They want those. They sterilize them, but you can take them there, and then seemingly little babies, you know, that are in machines and things, their hands would get tangled in the pipes they have, you know, in the cables they have, or whatever you call them. So they like to have those in the hospital. And also some people make those for senior homes, for people who have dementia or some sort, you know, that they like to fiddle with things all the time. Yeah, yeah, octopus. Talking about octopus, do you like to eat them? First time I ate them was in Greece, and I couldn't eat it, so I haven't tried since. Yeah, that's actually something I would be wondering if I would make, but I'm a bit worried about making a video about those octopus things with curlicues in case it's somebody's copyright. I doubt it is, or if it is, nobody knows whose. I'm looking at my list, what I had in here. Oh yeah, this here. Oh, can't get things close enough. This is a poncho, just showing this, that I made many years ago. It has a, I showed this somewhere, but it has a, it's out of squares, or they're not maybe squares. I think they are, there's the hexagons, I think. But, and they are with, the sequence in this is actually in the yarn, so it's not that I would have added sequence. And I noticed that I always put it on wrong, so this is actually a good idea for anything that you don't know how, what way it goes, that you make a flower or something and tie and sew it on it, so that you know what, where the front is. So this goes that their way. I actually have some of this wool left in pink. Otherwise the same, but it's in pink. So I might make something similar, or a shawl or something using that too, because it feels nice, you know, it's sort of very soft. Okay, thank you. I couldn't eat the food that still fights back. Oh yes. How long have you crocheted for? I learned crochet when I was 5. So that was in the 60s, quite some time back. But over the years, I have been knitting far more than crochet. And somehow, I don't actually know how, but I started this channel and my blogs. I've had about 4 or 5 blogs. I have 2 at the moment that I continue updating. I used to do more knitting, but I think it was probably that I found that it's easier to explain things and easier to make samples with crochet, where you only have 1 stitch and you don't, you know, it's sort of easier to, and also I think there are more tips and tricks and all sorts of things like that that you can show in crochet than there would be in knitting. So that's why I still knit a lot, but that's, yeah, the videos are only crochet now. Michelle, my aunt made me a Coke hat made with cans, real cans. Do you mean real Coke cans? I haven't heard of one, or ones that, yeah, I don't know, but no, I don't. I didn't make one, and I haven't heard of one either. Yeah, thank you, everybody. Sparkle, yeah, I like everything sparkly as well. Janice, do you watch any other textile content creators on YouTube? Yes, lots. I watch quite a lot of crochet to see what other people are doing. Some knitting, And earlier today I mentioned this patchwork lady that I watch, and sometimes I watch weaving. If some of you may have heard me say that that's actually my primary craft is weaving. I have a degree in textile design, and it's mainly with loom weaving, you know, floor looms. So I know how to set them up and how to design new different kind of, not stitches, but how the yarns go. So I would watch that sometimes, but I don't have a loom now. And I like to watch bead work, you know, like making, well, jewelry and things with beads, and probably other things as well, but those come to my mind at the moment. Knitting intimidates me, right? Yeah, it's different. I find it very relaxing. So if I travel, for instance, or if I'm in a boring meeting or something like that, then I would normally knit. For me, the difference between knitting in that and crocheting in that kind of situation is that with knitting, I don't have to look at what I'm doing, but with crochet, I mainly do have to, so that I know where the stitch goes. Oh, could only do, oh yeah. Nice that you have January 23. Okay, so that's what, 2 years ago, just over 2 years ago. Oh, thank you very much for the super chat. I don't know if that you know, one, and is your name or if it's just a word. Thank you. Cans cut. Okay, so that's what you meant. Cans cut in circles. Oh, you mean like making yarn of it? If you cut it in circles, then it would make a long stretch. I don't know if that's what you mean. Can't knit. Okay. Well, if you try it, you would learn it, because if you can crochet, then it's similar enough. Yeah. Oh, okay. Angie. Okay. I try to remember that. It's okay. For normal jacket for summer, which yarn or thread we should use? I like using cotton. If it's for something like a jacket, it can be a little bit not too flowy, sort of, then I would use cotton. But if it can be more like lightweight cardigan type, then I would use maybe a bamboo mix. I use an awful lot of yarn that has 75% bamboo and the rest is cotton. It feels nice, and yeah, and the cotton content keeps it from getting too sort of soggy. Because bamboo is cellulose, so it's not a fiber in itself, it's being made that way. Knitting seems to take way too long. Yeah, I suppose it is slightly slower. Yeah. 1970s hat made of Coke cans. Googled. Crochet together in the edges. Okay. Soda cans cut in squares and put together by crochet stitches. All right, so you could do it so that you would cut some sort of pieces out of a can. You could make them round or get the top. I mean, not the top, but the bottom, and then make holes. Yeah, I'll have to Google that. I won't do that now, because then I don't know what happens to my internet connection if I did it right here. Yeah, it's a good idea. There's so many different things you can do with all sorts of things. Like I have shown this, and I have some on my channel too, that many years ago now, must be 6-7 years ago, it was such a fashion among crocheters in Finland to use Plumline twine, you know, the stuff that you buy in DIY stores that are meant to be, so if you know that you put something heavy, a plum some line, you know, that shows if, for instance, your corner is straight in your building or something like that. And those come in all different colors. So people were making just everything using them. Yeah, soda cans wouldn't be my style, I don't think, no. I don't, yeah, if I was using soda cans, I would probably use them for like making baskets and something of that kind, not to wear. You could make, you know, different shapes out of it, or you know, like things that you would put around the flower pot or something like that. That would actually be nice. People would use, sometimes people use CD from discs, or what do you call them now? Yeah, you know, the music discs, small ones, making holes to them and then putting them together by some ways. 70s was the peak of crochet and macrame here in the US, I think. Oh, right, yeah. A whole wedding dress from cotton twine. That would be lovely. Yeah, crochet dresses are really beautiful, and I would love to make one. I have one. I don't know if I would have the patience to actually make one, because I mean you would need to use thread, quite fine thread. It would be too thick otherwise if it was sort of a fancy dress. Of course, you could make a wool one for winter. Yeah, actually, in Finland, I have the second biggest craft channel, and the one who has the biggest one, Kutoväkika, she how her channel really exploded was when she knitted her crochet her wedding dress. So the video is not a tutorial, but it shows her knitting it. I'll write her channel here. It's called like that. So but she hasn't been posting much recently. I mean, she had a baby, and yeah, crocheted lace borders or pillowcases or hand towels. Yeah, those look lovely. Yeah. Well, something I like is that it makes me feel very nostalgic, because it's something we did at school, that you use this kind of a waffle cotton cloth fabric that you can pass needles, you know, use a needle to pass through to make designs, and then you crochet lace to both ends of it or something, like for table mats or towels is really what we used to make at school with that technique. About my patterns, I have some patterns, but I have I don't have very many. If you're talking about written patterns, almost everything of mine is on videos, just so it's on this here channel. But I have a blog. I'll write the name here, Knit and Crochet blog. And then I have another one called Knit and Crochet Christmas. It has, well, you can guess that it has only Christmas stuff. It has only Christmas decorations. So that's my blog. And some of the things, yeah, I have like written patterns or charts, you know, for some things, but not very many. But then I have Etsy shop and a Ravelry shop with some things. On the Etsy shop, I'm now starting to concentrate. I'm working on it at the moment. It's a very tiny Etsy shop because I haven't been doing much. Printables and Google Sheets. Like at the moment, what I'm going to publish next week is Google Sheets, just a simple thing for road tracker. So you know, so yeah, road tracker that you can either use online or print. Yeah. Something that I noticed, you know, especially when I was doing this here that I showed in the beginning, So I'll say this again because most people now are different. That I want to make a video about how to do this kind of coloring for granny square, but I lost the only tutorial, or it wasn't even a tutorial, it was a very quick thing on, I think it was in TikTok, how you would get it nicely so that the colors would go like this here. And this is something I have just drawn using a felt tip. But why I was saying that is that something that I really like and enjoy most really is working just in peace, you know, sometimes all day, trying to find something interesting and new, and then making several samples, and then maybe using what I have learned for something, an actual project. But often I just leave it, that I'm glad that I know a new technique. Something I want to spend more time at some stage, not right away yet, is mosaic crochet. You know, it looks lovely. And by the way, one thing you could check, um, I'll write her the name of her channel. That's a friend of mine from England. It's LME. Um, she has a YouTube channel and a blog and Ravelry shop and Etsy shop, but she does a lot of not tapestry, well, similar mosaic crochet, and I think if you want to learn that, you know, she has sort of basic tutorials of how it goes. I might make them sometimes, but not sure. You're trying to. Now I already forgot what your name was. Angie. Yeah. Trying to learn the way you hold your yarn. Tension control. Yeah, it is very hard to change the way, if you're used to crocheting and if you have been crocheting a while, it's very hard to change the way how you hold it. But like if I have it here, so how I hold my yarn is, well, let's see, just automatic, like this here, so that it goes in here. Sometimes it doesn't. Actually, it has changed now to go like this. It used to be like that because I have osteoarthritis and these two fingers hurt. So I can't bend them enough. So the way I crochet is just, I keep it very low like here, and then I lift the yarn using this way, using that there. So yeah, for me that works best. It's similar to what is taught at schools in Finland, but not quite. I have changed it a little bit. Yeah. Okay, I think the hour's gone, so I'm going on here, and you all, depending whatever time you have of the day you have, I'm sure you will have lots of other things to do as well. So thank you very much, and I'm saving this, so if you want to see a part that you didn't see, you know, you can. It takes a while before it shows, and also I noticed that it takes almost a day before I can edit it, because I want those sort of unnecessary things away from the beginning there. So talk to you again. Thank you. Bye. Yeah, thank you very much to everybody.